Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Let's take you to Dlamini in Soweto now, where the search is continuing for a 6-year-old boy who fell into an open manhole on Sunday. Yesterday, Johannesburg Emergency Services were on the ground, but their efforts were futile. Our reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones joins us now on day 3 of this search to give us more details. Pule, I'm hoping there's something positive you can give us since search and rescue mission started again today. Any signs of this little boy?
Well, Masiko, nothing yet, unfortunately. And you are correct indeed to say this is day 3. Perhaps maybe my colleague Lingen Dabampi can just show you as they seal, or rather close this manhole here, where some of the heavy rescue teammates were in, trying to search and possibly find and rescue the 6-year-old little Kayaletu. But that has not been the case here. We've been up since just around 6 a.m. following the team, and they are hard at work trying to comb for clues and actually find anything that could lead them to the possible discovery of the 6-year-old. Let me speak to Mr. Robert Mlawuti from the Johannesburg Emergency Management Services. Robert, I spoke to you earlier on in the morning, and you'd said that you'd be on site just around 10 o'clock. What is the latest? What do we know?
Yeah, we have already moved to most of the areas which we are likely to relocate him. So we have been in Klipspruit West. We've been in Klipspruit, Eldos. Now we are along the just before N12. We did send our rescue technicians inside there just to see, because there's to see whether we might be able to relocate the boy, but unfortunately we couldn't. So we are trying to make sure that all the areas where there's openings of these manholes, we open and try and see whether we can be able to locate the young man.
Where to from now? Because I know we were at first in Dlamini, we went to somewhere around Eldorado Park, now we're in Klipspruit West. Yes. What's the next step here from here?
No, we also went in to check it alongside Avalon, the cemetery. So there's also area where there's an overflow in terms of the system itself. So if we'll just make sure that in that area around it, we also conduct some search to see whether we can be able to find something. But I think our colleagues from Joburg Water, who are more familiar with the system itself, will guide us up until we get to the end, which is the main system, which is I think is down in Eldos. That is where we are likely to get there. Maybe that will be our last station or area for us to, as we conduct this operation.
All right. And this is day 3. This is rescue operation in place currently. Are you still hopeful that possibly we could be getting good news in regards to what we're seeing? Because yesterday when I spoke to the father, what he said was all he wants now is just to get the remains of his little boy so he can bury him as well.
In the morning we did brief the father and the grandfather, actually the whole family. In the morning before we started our operation, we did brief them that today's day 3. Our chances are very slim that we might still find him alive, and they understand that they just want us to help them to find closure. So they wish us well, with our operation. They wish that at the end of the day we'll have good news to say to them what is happening. So we make sure that every time, as and when we move, we conduct our operation, we are updating them. So they do understand that due to the fact that the incident already occurred on Sunday, which is like today, it's day 3.
And is this becoming a growing trend? I mean, just about a few years ago, we remember there was little boy also found in a manhole in Dube as well. Now we're seeing 6-year-old Kayaletu. Is this becoming a concern as well?
Yeah, it is a concern to us because most of our, generally in the city, there is a challenge in terms of vandalism. Most of our manhole, the covers it's either they're stolen or they are vandalized. And in the process, it becomes a risk to especially young kids as they play. They might fall in those areas. So it is a risk, which is hence we always encourage our adults and parents to try and monitor young kids to stay away from it. It is difficult for them to monitor them, but we need to make sure that they are safer. We don't have, we try and prevent incidents like this one.
Robert Mlawuti, thank you very much there. That's the EMS spokesperson in Johannesburg giving us an update on this operation of trying to discover the body of 6-year-old Letshwiti. As they've said, they've briefed the family to say chances are a bit slim as to whether they would find the boy still alive, but they're still hopeful that their operations carried out now will be successful. We are monitoring their movements. We are with them throughout the whole day, and right now they will be moving to a different region to try and see if they can possibly find the remains, Masego.
All right, Pule Letshwiti-Jones in the south of Johannesburg with that report. Let's leave it there for now. Quite heartbreaking for the family to have to accept that their son has actually died. But I think for now what they're hoping for is that they actually have remains so that they can put him to rest and have some closure in terms of what happened to him.